Hi, my name is Denisha Merriweather, and I am so honored to be joined by Anthony Samuels. Anthony is one of our Voices for Choice advocates and has gone off and basically is going to conquer the world. I believe that. Started in, if I read correctly, you were the youngest person in Philadelphia to start a daycare.
Yes, at the time, I'm actually 3 years in now, but at the time I was 25 years old when I started my daycare, and I was the youngest black male daycare owner in the state.
Yeah, and that's like pretty radical. That's really great. And so let's just jump right in. Black Minds Matter, just for everyone listening and watching, is an initiative that I started to collectively advocate for school choice and really hoping that this will kick off and get started. Right now, we're in the process of creating an online directory
Mhm,
of Black owned schools,
mhm.
which does not exist. And so stay tuned for that. So, Anthony, tell me a little bit about your background and your story in education. How did you get involved in the education reform movement?
Um, well, I went to private school my whole life, so I knew the importance of having a strong foundation at an early age and how important it is to be exposed to different things so that you can know when you get older what you want to do. You know, a lot of people go into college undecided or go throughout life without just knowing what their purpose is or what it is that they're meant to do. I feel like it starts at a young age where you can show kids a bunch of things or just be exposed to as much as you need in order to have the fundamentals that you need to be successful in life. So, like opening Young with Options, that's the name of the daycare. We try to go with like an approach that we have like performing arts. So like we try to show kids how to play the piano, how to sing, how to write poetry, how to do, advanced art, you know what I mean? So that's something that we're really trying to tap into and add more to that now, so just them being exposed to that at a young age and then just financial literacy and stuff like that, they'll have the tools that they need to be successful. And a little bit about the background of the daycare. I tried to start one with a group of like business partners. Probably was that like 2016, which like fell through the cracks. Didn't really go too well. But I kind of got the blueprint and I understood it. So then I started my own, which is Young with Options, and I started that in 2017, and it just did really well since then. So that's how it started for the most part. But I don't know. It just kind of was my calling. Was started going to church a lot and realized that my gifts were to lead. Leadership is one of my spiritual gifts, and then mercy and administration. So it's like just how do I give back and how do I continue to lead? You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm really fulfilling my spiritual gifts and making the impact that I was sent here to do. You know.
Yeah, and talk to me a little bit about because you're trying to impact kids' lives, and so that they will end up like you, have better opportunities and access to different environments. How was it for you growing up? Like, why is it so important for you to make sure other kids have access to different environments? I remember reading your story and you talk about Strawberry Mansion, your neighborhood, and the guys and your family members. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Absolutely. If you're paying attention right now to a lot of the stuff that's going on, Philadelphia has the second highest murder rate, and I want to say we're like on above like 400 murders, and like 100 of them are kids. So there's just so much like nonsense going on in our communities right now. The Strawberry Mansion being one of the worst of the neighborhoods in Philadelphia. That's where I'm from. So I just know that if I had to go to the high school in my neighborhood, which is Strawberry Mansion, things would have went left. You know what I mean? Just being in just negative environments and just lack of quality in the school system. You know what I mean? So I'm big on school choice. I think every kid should have the option of going to charter school, private school, Catholic school, or going to a school outside of their jurisdiction if they're able to. You know what I mean? So, which was key for me. You know, I mean, I could have got sucked in. I could have got swallowed into the trap that most of our young blacks get sucked into. So I'm just very grateful that I had the parents who one had the funds, and then just being able to get scholarship money and be able to have the fundamentals, have the tools to be able to send me to a private school where I could get my education and be in a better environment learning. You know what I mean? So, and that's
And when we were talking, you were telling me that you're starting. You got your daycares. You have three right now, right? You have three daycares. Two daycare. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
uh,
speaking to the
it would
speak.
have been three if the first one was successful, but we shut the first one down. So I have two daycares. Yeah.
And I mean, you're a black man with daycares, which I've never seen a black man owner of a daycare besides, like, I mean, the church, but
Mhm.
you don't really run it. They're just,
Yeah.
the pastor. So talk to why daycares? Like, why did you decide to get into this business? And also talk to me about your rap and entertainment career, because I remember you telling me that kind of funnel that, yeah. So talk to me a little about those two.
So it's funny, like just how everything, like how the universe works. So Young with Options was really the name of like my first mixtape. So before I did anything, I was always doing the rapping. So it was the name of my first mixtape. So, I had the social media following, I had the t-shirts, Young with Options, all the merch and all that. So everybody already knew that that was my brand. That was my name. When people see me, they don't call me Anthony, don't call me nothing. What's up, Young with Options? You know what I mean? So it already was my thing. Um, and that was just based off being young and having the option to do whatever we wanted to do. And
Yeah.
that's simply what it came from. Like I mentioned it in a rap. I'm like, we young with options, pretty much saying that we can do anything that we want in life. And one of my boys was like, yo, I like that. We should run with that. So that was like our thing. That was the name of our squad and all of that. And then one of my close friends, his cousin, who's a female, owned daycares. And she ended up becoming my mentor as soon as I graduated from Temple. And, we were just talking, and him and I were trying to figure out ways to go into business, how to just start our own business and just have some financial freedom. And she like gave us a list of things that we could do and showed us the budgets for it and how we can make it happen. And then like looking over it, like I kept skimming past daycare and I just kept thinking Young with Options in my head. I'm like young daycare. I'm like, man, this gotta be my calling. Sure enough, I started it and like we were at capacity fast too. Like it just came. Like it just came. Like it was a blessing, you know what I mean? Like I opened the daycare, I worked hard, and then next thing you know, we just had a ton of kids. And I just looked up and I was like, wow, like we're making it happen. Of course, it still has its ups and downs even now, especially with COVID, but everything's still going well. You know what I mean? I love it.
That's amazing. And then, so in your entertainment career, tell me a little bit about that.
So that's kind of like how the funding came about. Between music, doing shows, and just like I already had like a social media following and a buzz for the music here. So when I like announced that I was opening a daycare, a lot of people gravitated to it through social media. So I've been rapping since I was at Temple. Did a couple shows, opened up for some major artists, and just I go
And
by Dapper.
miracles.
I go by Dapper. That's my stage name, and like videos, everything just do real good. I got good numbers and everything, and then with the acting, I was in a couple commercials, couple movies and stuff like that. So I was already able to have a funding, and then I was working a 9 to 5 at the time, so I had some money there that I was able to invest. You know what I mean? So that's
And what are you hoping to continue to accomplish with your daycares? Are you guys moving in any other spaces right now?
so the one in West Philly has been open for 3 years, and that's the one that's like the most successful as far as having the most kids and just the most impact. And we just opened our second location this year, January of 2020. in the process of marketing and trying to get everything in order there, we got hit with COVID. So as of right now, that daycare only has about like 5, 6 kids. So we're trying to build that daycare up now before moving on to any other projects. So that's pretty much like our main focus right now is to get the Northeast location up and running.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
that's all after COVID.
After COVID, yeah. So
Yeah.
right now it's really hard to predict right now what the next move would be with the daycares, but constantly just like keeping them open, obviously, and just trying to keep making as much of an impact as we can, and just starting to just see what the changes are going to be going forward now because life is definitely about to change. So
Yeah.
trying to see how to
Well,
adapt.
with COVID, everyone is thinking about school differently. Are you going to open up a school? Are you going to go into micro school business?
I wouldn't put nothing past it. I know uh, around the corner from my West Philly daycare is Boys Latin, which is there's a black man that owns that school,
Yep.
and all boys school. So I had actually did a little bit of mentoring and walked through their hallways a little bit, and it kind of inspired me. So I wouldn't be opposed to doing it. Probably not the top of my focus right now. Like I'm still young, but I think like maybe in another 10, 15 years, that's something that I'll probably end up pursuing just to make that impact and leave my stamp here.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
so I mean there it's really I know there's this whole right now rising tide of, I guess, more attention on engaging and promoting Black male teachers, Black teachers, period.
Mhm.
Um, and so, what advice would you give to younger versions of yourself and of Black boys who are wanting to get out there, might be scared, fearful?
Yeah, it's crazy. When I went to Boys Latin, that was something that stood out to me so much. Like they didn't have like it's an all boys school, and it's predominantly black. I think like 90 something percent black. So it's all black boys there, and all of the teachers are white women.
Mm,
So, and one of the kids said to me, and this was my first time hearing this, and like even going through school my whole life, and like I think I only had maybe like two black male teachers, and like throughout my course from first to 12th grade, and they had made a big impact on me. But the kid said, "How can a 60-year-old white lady from Wisconsin relate to me? Like,
mm,
how can I possibly come in here with confidence, vent to you, or even just have
yeah,
that level of intimacy in any kind of way when you have zero knowledge of what I come from or who I am?" And I was just like, damn, like, it was just so heavy to hear that. And like it was just such a strong conversation and meeting that I had with this group of kids from Boys Latin. And I was just like, yo, I wanted to do more. I'm like, man, can I come here like every Wednesday or like once a week just so that they can see a young black face and then somebody who's hip and doing stuff. You know what I mean? Like I know everything that they're going through. Like there's nothing that they can talk to me about that I haven't experienced or
mm,
something like that. So like even if you're not like want to be a teacher or whatever, I would just say anybody who got like a head on their shoulders, like just get involved. You know what I mean? Just try to, even if it's once a day or once a week, something like that, where you can just swing past these schools and just talk to these young black dudes who need somebody to relate to, or just to have a, even if it's not at their school, just to be a pillar in their community. You know what I mean? Like all my little homies from around my neighborhood know that they could call me, they could hit me up whenever, and I try to do as much as possible. You know what I mean? But we can't save everybody. But if I could just talk to a couple to just, I'm just gonna keep trying to motivate as much as I can, so like they see what I'm doing, and it doesn't go unnoticed. You know what I mean? So you gotta keep
yeah.
leading by example, really.
Yeah, no, and we talked about it. Yeah, one of my colleagues, we had a video series on this on the Black Minds Matter series, and they went to schools with all white staff, white students, and at the time it was like, we got a better education, but
Mhm.
that sort of impact in the long run
Mhm.
whether good and I guess murky
Mhm.
or gray,
Yeah,
not
that was
knowing
great.
really how to place it. Like,
Mhm.
should I be? If I sound a little bit,
At my school, I was the only black. I went to Abington Friends is super diverse right now, and I think I had a major impact on that because I made it known I was the only black boy to graduate my year, um, in my senior class, and I want to say it's probably like 4 or 5 black girls. So it just goes to show just how like little opportunities that black boys have. You know what I mean? Like, all right, y'all got one in there. You know what I mean? And like right now, I mean, I don't know where the stats are, but like I know this little black boy is one of the most successful to graduate in that class. You know what I mean? So it's like, like me personally, I think I'm the most successful that graduated that year as of right now. You know what I mean? I don't know. God bless, but like I just know, given that opportunity, I could like we could go toe to toe with anybody. You know what I mean? All I needed was that opportunity, and I took advantage of it. And we will pass our peers. You know what I mean? Or we will pass whoever. You know what I mean? So just gotta give us the opportunity.
yeah, that's so awesome. And
Yeah.
so, I might put you on the spot. I mean, since you're an accomplished rapper and a daycare owner, about to start your own school. Okay, so
What you do?
can you bless the people with some with do a rap. Bless the people.
Oh man.
No, too early.
I gotta think of my cleanest rat. What we got going on? Thoughts.
You can be PG 13.
Little PG.
You can be R. We've had
Caught me with the T in my hand. What I got for y'all? Mm, man, so you threw me on the spot. I'm trying to level. All I need is one opening bar, and I got you. Let me see. Uh,
well, what about your young options, your original one?
let me see. Here for the peace, here for the love, here for the vibes. Been in the streets, fend for my peeps, let us survive. He want to kill, he want to chill, but he want to rob. Due to his family matters, it's hard to decide. Black boy joy written all over my face. These days in a whole better place. Cold winters, I was running in place. Bigger dreams, now we got it to chase. Chase bank, they be giving me hugs. I'm getting doves, but I used to get snubbed. When I do it, no, I do it with love. I'm in cahoots with the man up above. Yeah, little something.
Yeah.
Little AMT for you.
Yes. Yes.